Yo guys, welcome on in. Kyrios here, and today I'm going to talk about the gacha system in complete detail, or as much detail as I possibly can. We're going to talk about the 4 to 8 different currencies and the premium currencies and the way that you earn summons and everything like that in the game. TLDR, this game is very generous with its summoning, but let's find out what that's about. And if you guys have not liked and subscribed or supported the channel, all those links and buttons are down below. Let's get started. All right, before we get started, there is a great interactive map. I'm sure I'm going to reference this many times on our on these videos for Tower of Fantasy, but I'll have the link in the description down below, towerfantasymap.appsample.com. But it'll help you find all these different nucleuses, which are used for summoning and everything else from lock chests and everything like that, or any kind of resource that you're looking for. And this is constantly being updated. Now, these nuclei, you see 559 black nucleuses and 111 gold nucleuses, which is essentially a pity and a half for gold. So let's go in and review that. All right, let's take this one step at a time. Let's talk about the gold and the black nucleuses. The gold nucleuses are your premium summons. Those are the ones that are going to get you those SSRs. Technically, the black nucleuses can do it too, but the gold ones are the primary way to do it. Now, the nice thing about this summoning system, you can see here, choice weapons, which are the characters. In this game, characters and weapons are the same thing. You're guaranteed an SSR or an SR every 10 orders. Doesn't matter if you single pull it or 10 pull it. It doesn't matter. You're going to get one every 10. And then you're going to get a guaranteed SSR every 80 orders. Now, the pull rates for an SSR is 0.75, which isn't the best in gachas, but you get an upwards of 2% if you factor in all those additional chances you got to get SSRs and SRs on those pulls. Now, this may seem a little low, but here's what I really love about this summoning system is that every 80, right, you're guaranteed a pity. And the best part is pity never resets. So if you pull, which I think I have, let me look at my records here. Like if you pull an SSR while you're in the middle of on your way to 80, it will not reset you. Pity never resets in this game on the general banners. So that's one nice, really big benefit. So if you pull like 4 SSRs on your way to pity, you still get an SSR pity, which is absolutely wonderful. The other thing I'd like to talk about is that while we're here, is that these summoning resources do get you this thing called black gold whenever you pull. When you pull, you get one. And the best part about that is any weapon you own, you could use that to enhance that weapon's stats or advance them in stars on whichever one you choose. So every 120 pulls you do, you're guaranteed to select any of the SSRs you own and advance them. This is very good, so you can pick the weapons that you really care about and advance it. It's a very great system. Now, you could do it for SRs as well, but I highly suggest it. And all these other things I do not suggest. But let's get back to it. Now, on the other flip side of the coin, you do have black nucleuses. Now, these are very common. You can summon with the black nucleuses, and you have a very low drop rate to get an SSR or an SR. These are really just designed to give you some more resources and to give you more they give you leveling resources or any kind of enhancement resources, and they just give you a little chance. Now, you get like 30, 40, 50 of these a week, I swear. You get a ton of these, and if you saw in the image earlier, there's 559 of these just in the world. So this is an additional little benefit. They give you 2 different summoning resources to try and summon SSR characters. And looking at ways that you can get it, there's many different ways to get it, obviously in world explorations, but even just logging in daily, you have a chance to get that gold nucleus that's right here. So you get 1 free gold nucleus a day, which is 365 a year. You get 3 additional black nucleuses every day, in addition to any of the missions and events that are going on. So you end up getting a lot of summoning resources every single day. And not to mention the battle pass, All right, so at the battle pass, you can see we have a ton of different materials that you have in here. I'll have another video going in detail of how this battle pass is actually really, really, really good. Let's get back onto it. So that's your SSR system. That's the way that you can summon, and that's these are where your premium currencies really are, right? And you can skip through this, and this is how you look. I pulled an SR right there. Look at that, streamer luck right on stream. And this is how you get most of your materials. Now they do have these things called proof of purchases, and now these chipsets are kind of like weapons in, I don't really want to say Genshin, but if you think like if you think in Genshin terms, right, your chipsets are kind of like your weapons, where you can get additional chipsets in order to enhance your characters, and they each have their own 2-piece and 4-piece bonus. Now you really don't have to spend any currencies on these. Between events and everything like that, you'll end up getting a decent amount of chipsets, and a lot of them can be farmed for free. And by the way, while we're looking at it too, your world bosses can drop SRs. Your world bosses can drop SRs and SSRs and SSR chipsets and SRs. So there's ways to farm all this stuff naturally. You got to get a little lucky and stuff like that too. So, but let's talk about this. So these are different ways to enhance your character, but I wouldn't spend any money on these really per se. You'll end up getting these over time, and every 40 pulls you're guaranteed to get one, which is really, really nice. Now you do need multiple to make a set, and that's why it's at 40, but you get a pretty good luck with these. Now you do have your limited summons, and your limited summons, here's what's really nice. So hear me out, come in real close, is that a limited summon will only be limited for a year. After the second showing, and by a year I mean 6 months. So in the Chinese version, we've had Claudia technically twice. As soon as Claudia comes out again, which is the character you're looking at right now, it becomes part of the general purchasing, where you can take those guaranteed 120 pities and just upgrade their material. So you don't always have to summon multiple times on a limited banner, and I don't actually suggest you do that anyways, unless you're a big old whale, which is fine. Now there is a 50-50 in this gacha system, but going to 80, that's not too bad, and you're guaranteed to pull it at 120. So the nice thing is that you don't have to go to 160. You don't have to go 80-80 in order to get the character. You can just hit 120 if you miss the 50-50 and just buy it straight out. Now, ideally, you pull it and you buy it again, you get 1 star, and that's great, right? Now, these are unique, and the only way to really get these are through events, or you have to buy them with your premium currency. So I highly suggest you never use your premium currency on anything that's not a limited. Always focus it on the limiteds that you're trying to get. Now, there are the matrices for limiteds as well, but I highly suggest that you really don't do this. This is really for the Omega whales, in my opinion. And these chipsets eventually hit the general pull later on in the cycle of life, which is really, really, really nice. And you can end up buying these too if you pull enough times. But once again, I think you get enough through events, and you get enough through world events and missions and all that to just naturally get a decent amount of chipsets. But you really care about those characters and the weapons and all that goodness. So those are four different types of currencies, and that's what's really confusing about this game. Now, quickly on the final note, this game is very, like I said, very, very generous. I've pulled a decent amount of SSRs. As you can already see, I have the limited, I have everything like that. You could pull all these different characters. And yes, we're on beta, but on my Chinese account, which is at version 2.0, it's the same drop rate. It's the same percentages, and I've gotten like 9 SSRs in my 4 months of playing over there. It's been absolutely crazy. So this game is extremely free-to-play friendly, and really designed towards players that just want to explore the world and enjoy it. And we'll have some more videos explaining a lot of the other systems on the way. So I do appreciate you guys. Once again, if you have not liked and subscribed, hit that like and subscribe button. I do appreciate you. And a fist bump from me to you. Peace out.